We're approaching pantomime season, and you'd be forgiven for confusing the political positionings of the parties with the production you might see at your local theatre.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
As long as I can remember, the political positioning of the parties has been really fixed and predictable. The Tories have argued for reducing taxation, but they're sheepish about what that might mean for public spending. The Labour Party have argued for spending to support people, but they don't want to talk too much about what that means for the levels of taxation that individuals or businesses might need to pay. And that, of course, leaves us sceptical of both of them. The other big divide that people talk about is the difference between big state and small state. The important distinction, though, is between a competent state and an incompetent state. We want politicians and a civil service who can meet their commitments to us by building houses, by keeping our streets safe, by controlling our borders. It seems to me more and more that those traditional positionings on the budget start to look like the reenactment of anachronistic old battles of the past, when we really need to be looking to the future. And have you noticed how media coverage of the budget concentrates on what the budget means for you? It's almost like we've turned politics into a consumer relationship where you choose the party that best meets your needs for social care, for education, or for health. We need something different, but we can't just reinvent the past. We need a new democratic politics that allows us to really talk about what the common interest means. In part, that means finding politicians from amongst ourselves. We can't keep relying on an old political class or a political dynasty. We need to close that gap between politicians and ordinary people. We need to ask of the budget, not what's in it for me, but what's in it for us, for our children, for our grandchildren. And it's really only by having those debates and discussions, that sometimes be fierce discussions with our friends, our communities, that we can really decide those real tensions between taxing and spending. It's having those real political debates that will allow us to recreate the spirit of our nation. And once we've done that, we'll be in a position where we can have a budget to rebuild Britain.